Have you ever heard of the expression free as a bird? Have you ever wondered what it would be like to soar around across the open sky on wings? My name is Charlotte. I live with my family. My parents, my little sister, and our dog. I was reading this poem in a book of poetry, and it was one that really stuck with me. I must have read it 6 times that first time I saw it. I felt really sympathetic with the poor bird in the cage, and I really wanted to help it, but the spirit of the bird was only black marks on a big white sheet of paper. This poem had no direct, immediate connection to my life. I don't live in a cage, I live in a house with a loving family. But when I start to think of cages not as, as bird cages or jail cells, there are more metaphorical ways in which anyone, you or me, could be imprisoned. For kids like me, what about school? You don't have a choice, do you? You have to wake up every morning, go to school, go to your classes, eat lunch, and then go home. You can't not. I guess you could say that's a cage we're in, one that we can't get out of. Also, kids have to obey their parents. They're the masters, and we can't control them, but they can control us. We live under their rule. Although it's great having parents, it's another cage we're stuck in, whether we like it or not. Finally, you can't escape being who you are. I'm 12 years old, so I can't be any older or any younger. My family is from Europe, so I can't be Chinese or Australian. I also have blonde hair, and although you can dye it, the blonde will always be there. You can't escape being who you are. Does this mean that anyone is completely free? What about the free bird? What hidden burdens might he carry? Caged Bird by Maya Angelou. The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing in the orange sunrays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn-bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But the caged bird stands on the grave of dreams, his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped, and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. It seems so unfair that one bird would get all the misfortune and the other none. If it were up to me, I would free the caged bird.